Tainan Tzu Chi volunteers send condolences to the family of a senior volunteer that passed away in a fire. Doctors point out that nasal rinsing is to alleviate short-term discomfort but not a way to cure cancer. Welcome to the Headlines. I'm Maggie Tai. Thank you for joining us. In late December last year, a fire broke out at a house in Tainan, Taiwan, and took the life of a 90-year-old woman. The senior woman normally went to a hospital to volunteer with her daughter. When Tzu Chi volunteers heard the news, they went to visit the daughter to show their condolences and also help her clear her fire-damaged house.
This house has been charred by the merciless fire, so many Tzu Chi volunteers came to help this family clean the house. Items in there are large furniture, and the homeowner's son has spent 1 week clearing the house, but he hasn't finished it.
I don't know how to handle these pieces of large furniture. It's very difficult. It took me a long time to remove just one leg. I must rely on brothers and sisters to help me.
The fire came very quickly that the 90-year-old homeowner could not escape in time and passed away. Volunteers gave her daughter consolation cash. The elderly mother usually went to volunteer in the hospital with her daughter, but she did not go on this day because she felt sick. However, the fire happened and took her life.
I have been caring for my mom, and I felt it was my mom looking after me, so I can't really bear the grievance.
The volunteers become a strong supporter for this family.
Altogether, there were 30 brothers and sisters coming to clean up the fire scene. We're quite efficient. It took us 1 hour to finish cleaning everything.
I thought I was very efficient and quick, but you were better than me, so I feel inferior and I must learn it from you.
Tzu Chi helped the survivors rebuild their home before the Lunar New Year, so they can clear their mind and start again.
Valparaiso is a popular tourist destination in Chile, though it suffered a forest fire last Christmas due to the high temperature and strong wind. The fire quickly spread to residential areas and burned at least 200 houses. This left many local people struggling as the local health bureau worked with Tzu Chi to host a free clinic to help those in need.
The forest fire spread to residential areas and more than 200 houses were destroyed, affecting more than 1,000 people in the coast of Chile city Valparaiso. In order to assist the public to solve the problems of losing their glasses, the Health Bureau invites doctors to work with volunteers from Tzu Chi.
Today we have the Tzu Chi Foundation assisting with this free eye clinic. This is a free clinic organized by the Ophthalmology Society in the disaster area of Valparaiso. Nearly 300 families were affected by this disaster.
The project undertaken by Tzu Chi is to take photos and footage of free clinics. Members of the San Diego Ophthalmological Society and ophthalmologists and interns in Valparaiso assist the public in basic vision, inspections, optometry, and adjustment of eyeglasses. Tzu Chi volunteers also assist with registration.
We did our best to face the disaster together with the affected residents. We visited each family to offer our assistance, and also we went house to house to inform them about free eye clinic. The free clinic ended at 5 p.m.
Besides ophthalmology, there are also pediatrics and internal medicine. The Health Bureau also responded to the needs of residents to conduct home visits so that they can get the urgently needed assistance as soon as possible after the disaster.
Typhoon Phantom hit central Philippines on Christmas Eve, killing 50 people. With mutual love and understanding, Tzu Chi volunteers, Tzu Chis, and Great Love villagers work together to clean up their home.
In the aftermath of Typhoon Phantom, Great Love Village is a mess. Tzu Chi volunteers lead villagers to clean up together.
We're here to tidy up Great Love Village together, hoping that all corners can be cleaned. Although we have come across disaster and are suffering, everyone still cheer up and clean up together.
Clearing clearing out the garbage, everyone knows it is needed to be sorted. After Typhoon Haiyan, Tzu Chi started promoting environmental protection and has established a good tacit understanding.
Today's activity unmarked another learning in my life. Despite of the typhoon or Sula devastation in our village, I see many people working together to lift up the spirit of our village. I've learned that the back of fears, sorrow, and pain during a calamity, if we unite as one, we would be able to comfort each other, and those undesirable feelings will return into happiness.
We put the garbage and recyclables together. I'm very happy to work with everyone.
We do this to help our Great Love Village and our mother.
From receiving care to helping each other, Great Love Village is a big family.
This year, Dalian Tzu Chi volunteers are delivering warmth in the winter for the first time. They gave out winter clothes, quilts, and New Year supplies to 44 villages at Wafangdian. The village chief also helped out in the event, and he expressed his gratitude for Tzu Chi volunteers.
This is the coldest season in northeast China. With passion, Tzu Chi volunteers welcome everyone. Dalian Tzu Chi volunteers travel to Wafangdian to hold the event to deliver warmth in the winter. The village chief, who has been cooperating with Tzu Chi, expresses his gratitude.
I thank Tzu Chi on their behalf. I bow to everyone.
He has participated in the event to deliver warmth in the winter, moving the supplies. He has taken actions to show his support of the event over the years.
Whenever I see a care recipient, I would think how I can help them. Whenever I help them, I feel very comfortable.
This time, 44 residents received the supplies for the new year, including winter clothes and quotes. More than 70 volunteers helped out, including families who were inspired.
This family has changed from an abnormal one to normal one. It is now filled with positive energy. I feel deeply touched by this.
At the time for reunion, the volunteers' love has also warmed up people's hearts.
Without your caring for the underprivileged people, we would still be suffering now. I'm grateful the master's soldiers have come to take care of me. They saved my life.
They bid each other farewell. As the new year began, the volunteers' love and care will continue to warm the hearts of the care recipients.
Tzu Chi International School of Kuala Lumpur was officially opened. More than 1,400 guests and teachers have participated in the inauguration ceremony. Master Zheng hopes that it could become a model school. The curriculum not only focuses on developing knowledge, but also inspires students' conscience and educates them with noble virtue.
各位来宾，让我们共同见证马来西亚慈济教育事业历史性的一刻。
After the countdown, Tzu Chi International School in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia is officially opened. More than 1,400 guests, teachers and students are present to witness the historic moment. Dharma masters from Taiwan's Jinshi abode brought a letter from Master Zheng Yan, thanking all walks of life for their support and expectations for the school. Tzu Chi International School aspires to be an exemplary educational institution. Its curriculum not only focuses on transferring knowledge, but also inspiring conscience and the intuitive ability of students, as well as educating them with noble character. We expect to nurture international talents with compassion and wisdom. Covering an area of 3.1 hectares, it currently consists of kindergarten, primary and secondary schools. There are 750 students in the first intake.
One of the characteristics of Tzu Chi International School is that during the study process, some of our senior Tzu Chi volunteers play roles like father and mother to give the students timely care and companionship, such as education system could be as persistent for the Malaysian education system.
We must plant seeds of goodness from kindergarten and establish a good moral and humanistic education. Then we provide professional education until high school or university. It is necessary to have both professional and humanistic education for our education to be successful.
Tzu Chi International School in Kuala Lumpur gathers love from all walks of life. Chair Wei Ying, who has been engaged in education for more than 30 years, donated her pension for a school establishment fund after retirement.
Today I'm very happy and a bit excited to come here. Every flower and grass as well as all kinds of furnishing can provide students with good environmental education. It also symbolizes that Tzu Chi education can be passed on to future generations.
It is expected that the establishment of the school will become the pillar of education in Malaysia and cultivate more outstanding persons.
Many people rinse their sinuses or nasal cavities with a number of products available on the market. There are some rumors that this can be an effective cure for cancer. However, doctors say this is simply untrue. They add that nasal rinsing can help alleviate minor discomfort, but it is definitely not a long-term cure.
This person is using saline water to rinse the nasal cavity, potentially washing away harmful elements. While many people may be in the habit of doing this, there is something to watch out for.
When I have nasal congestion or nasal drip, I might do this. It is a little uncomfortable.
When I use this nasal rinse machine, my sinuses feel less congested and I don't have as much nasal discharge.
The nasal cavity and sinuses may only need to be flushed when you have a cold or allergies or thick nasal discharge, or even removing blood clots after nasal surgery. But some say on the internet that such nasal rinsing can treat nasopharyngeal cancer. Doctors say it's impossible.
Nasopharyngeal cancer is largely caused by a virus such as EB, which can enter the cells, and there's no way that these nasal rinsers can wash it away.
The nasal rinser can help alleviate discomfort, though it has no effect on treatment. In addition, one should pay attention during use and never inhale suddenly.
When you are preparing for the nasal rinsing, some people get nervous and they may inhale this down their throat and potentially cause some momentary choking.
Most of the time, there's no need to rinse the nasal cavity, as this equipment should not be used on a daily basis, but only when necessary. And as many may know, it is always better to first consult a doctor.
In Taiwan District, 54-year-old Mr. Lai and his brother both suffer from physical and mental illnesses. Under the long-term care of Tzu Chi volunteers, they gradually emerged from darkness. Now he has returned to work again while his brother often helps at the recycling station.
The front of the house is full of flowers and greenery. Gardening is his interest and a process of self-healing. Mr. Lai once lost interest in his life and everything was gray.
Before, I'd be scared when I saw people in Tzu Chi Sisters. That's why I locked myself in the room all day.
Getting out of negative emotions may take more than 2 to 3 days. Apart from providing medical assistance, Tzu Chi volunteers continue to care and encourage him and invite him to participate in community activities to reach people. After a while, Mr. Lai gradually opened his heart.
Caring for them is actually keeping them company. After he got better, he started to work. He has income now so he can donate to help others.
Mr. Lai's brother has mental and emotional distress. In May 2019, after leaving the social work agency, he was physically and mentally stable and often helped at recycling station.
Everyone here is good and won't dispute anything. I told him to think positively so that he would have positive energy.
Everyone here cares for me a lot. They are very good.
He has changed a lot. He goes to recycling station to help and chats with brothers and sisters there. He is happy when he comes back.
Change is happening. Volunteers help the two brothers slowly find peace of mind. Their troubles disappeared and shoots of hope are growing out.
In our second episode about repairing homes for the impoverished, we visit with 41-year-old Mr. Liao from Yunlin, who is an iron worker. He used to be well paid for his welding work, though a stroke 2 years ago led him to run through his savings as he couldn't work anymore. He also returned home to take care of two brothers, which they have their own physical and mental disabilities, leading all three to suffer in poverty.
I started learning welding gas cylinders when I was 15 years old. My bosses were happy and my daily salary was about $70.
If there are 4 seasons in life, before middle age, he already lived through spring. In the sheet metal warehouse filled with funeral wreaths and wooden boxes, there are worn mattresses in the aisle. There's no toilet and no water.
It's been 1 year, just 1 year since I have taken a bath.
We use a towel and wipe ourselves with the towel. We use this to wash our face.
It is not convenient to bathe and brush your teeth without hot water here. Seeing this made all of us quite sad.
I was really quite sad to see him live in this type of environment for a year.
My intention is simply to take care of my two younger brothers.
These 3 brothers only have themselves to depend upon, and their living condition looks like a ruin.
Because there is no one living here, and there are long yan to be picked. Others go to their roof and have stepped on their roof tiles and ruined them.
The room dividers were taken out to make the space bigger. Roof beams made with bamboo could not withstand the heavy pressure of wind and rain. Volunteers replaced these beams with solid wood, making the structure safer. Now they do not need to go to the temple to borrow the toilet, as a bathroom and kitchen are also available. The winter of their lives has ended, and the 3 brothers welcome the next season, which should be filled with warmth as they return home.
Taiwan Master Zhen Yan is in Taichung to meet with local volunteers. After the 9/21 earthquake in 2000 year, Tzu Chi built several prefabricated houses for the quake survivors and also rebuilt schools damaged by the quake. On this day, over 60 of these construction workers came to see the master and recall the time as though it only happened yesterday.
Back then, these constructions had to race against time, so the master felt for these construction workers. The master visited these construction sites to show her love. It is unforgettable to these construction workers.
Taking part in the construction allowed me to feel that my life is really meaningful. Especially after 20 years, the master and Tzu Chi volunteers still remember us, which touches me very much.
These prefabricated houses are no longer here, but what remains is the memory that we were here taking part together. It can never be erased.
While the constructions were going on, Tzu Chi volunteers were there to accompany everyone, which also influenced Xiao Zhenqing, who was in charge of the electricity and mechanical work at the Fengdong Junior High School. He took many pictures of the construction at this school and turned them into cards with Jingsi aphorisms.
While I was making these cards, I brought them home to let my kids to edit, print, and laminate the cards, and they could also read the Jingsi aphorisms.
真正的抢晴天，战倚天，那就是挑灯夜战。这真正是吼，日过夜啦，安尼直直做落去啊！不管是落大雨、出大日啦，大家啦都无少辛苦吼。
These construction workers completed great love villages and also the Project Hope schools. This love continues to this day.
A number of blessing ceremonies were held in Neihu and Taipei Eastern District. Teachers who participated for several years were touched by volunteers' effort in doing good deeds every year. The senior class in Tzu Chi East District Liaison Office allowed the elderly to broaden their horizons in their golden year.
Keeping up with the rhythm to move their bodies, these seniors are getting more and more lively. They are from the senior class of the Taipei Eastern District Liaison Office.
When I first accompanied my mother to attend classes here, I had a question in my mind. Why? Because many people told me that there were many rules in Tzu Chi. It would be discourteous and also put my mother to shame if I break the rules accidentally. Yet I have come here with my mother several times. I don't feel any restraint here to stay with the bodhisattvas. People say that having an elderly at home is like a treasure. Everyone here is a treasure. I can chat and make jokes with them.
Ni Chen-Bi-Nian, who is over 80 years old, has discovered her infinite possibilities.
Because she never held a pen before, she was so touched to finally hold a pen to paint. When people teach her, she will go home to practice. Although she finds it difficult to hold a pen, I will guide her how to hold it and draw.
Many of our teachers would retire after 25 years of working in education. Often say to the teachers, thank you for devoting 25 years to education. But I just saw here that our brothers have been doing the usual work to take care of these impoverished for 30 years already. I have to learn more from Tzu Chi brothers and sisters in terms of education.
Volunteers brought along the seniors and young to join the end-of-year blessing ceremony in Neihu. There was also a promotion counter for stem cell blood donation.
I still have to say I have learned a lot. From every end-of-year blessing ceremony, I think Tzu Chi is improving continuously. Apart from doing good deeds, it has been constantly driving the whole of small field and trains of this world of Taiwan. This is what touches me so much.
The red envelope of wisdom and blessings that people mostly expected arise from the annual copyright royalties donated by the masters in Jinshi above. They saved money by fasting for one day, passing on the New Year blessings to everyone.
The Liu Tzu Chi Hospital celebrated its anniversary and over 120 medical staff and recycling volunteers went on to clean the streets in the community. Take a look and see you next time.